Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, everyone. What's up? How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome back to the pod, everyone. Yeah, don't forget to shout us out in the comments. Drop a comment. Let us know you're here. We're about to dive into a good one tonight. We're back in the UK. Back to the UK. Okay, guys. So if you're like me and you basically live and breathe reptiles, we aren't here for the clicks or the viral trends. We're here for the true passion. I started this show because I wanted a place for the real keepers and the dedicated breeders to finally have a community within Europe where we can talk shop, share tips, tricks, and dive deep into the hobby that we love. We're doing it with one single goal, and that is sharing the passion that drives us. So every week we sit down with some of the biggest legends in the game and some of the new up and coming prospects. Yeah, my name is Pappy from my name is Roger from Pappy's Premium Pythons, and this is Pappy's Premium Pod. Quick shout out: Pappy's Premium Pod is sponsored by ProHerper. He is the European leader in reptile genetics, specializing in sex identification, genetic verification, and disease testing. Join the global hashtag breed different movement right now. Get the best value for your money and start testing with ProHerper today to verify your reptile's genetic potential and maximize your collection's value. ProHerper is known for their fast turnaround times, high quality tests, and European wide accepted certificates. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're returning to the heart of the UK scene to sit down with a man who truly defines the word quality. In a market that moves fast, our guest tonight has built a reputation on precision, transparency, and a clinical approach to high-end herpiculture. He doesn't just breed snakes, he audits the market and stays 3 steps ahead of the curve. From pioneering elite recessive combinations to maintaining a facility that sets a global standard for hygiene and organization, his brand has become a cornerstone of the British hobby and a respected name across the industry. He's a straight talker, visionary breeder, and a great driver of the elite standard that we strive for in this industry. So, joining us tonight, straight from Manchester, England, the man behind the GTA standard. Guys, help me welcome George from GTA Balls.
What's up, everyone?
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking the time to come and join us today.
No problem. No problem at all. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Nice, nice. Like I was saying, guests, anyone watching out there, drop a comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We do not require super chats for your questions to be answered. But anyway, George, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Chilling.
Stuff.
Oh no, I meant to ask you actually. How old are you, man?
I'm 27.
You're
I know I look.
27.
look much older. I look like I've had a rough life, but I'm 27.
Yeah. No. You don't look that old, to be honest. I'm just trying to think. 27. That's like my little sister's age.
Oh well.
It's yeah, pretty cool. But it feels like you've been here for ages, right? Like, when did
It
you
feels like
form
I've been
GTA
here.
Balls?
Say again.
I was just gonna say, when did you form GTA Balls? When did that become a brand?
So the first year I got into snake breeding, I started off as George Little Reptiles, which right now sounds rubbish, but I didn't really have any vision of what I wanted to sort of brand myself as. And speaking to my friend Paul at Urban Constrictors, Paul Milner,
Yeah,
he quickly realised that that name didn't work. I couldn't see it, but that name didn't work. I mean, I don't want my name sort of tied to the snake selling. I want something that's going to stick in people's minds, because you can think of a lot of people you see every day's name, but can you remember someone you bought a snake off 2 years ago's name? Not
yeah.
necessarily. Someone you spoke to about a snake 2 years ago name? Not necessarily. So I needed something bright, bold, catchy, and GTA balls just kind of stuck out for me. And it's not what everyone thinks. Like everyone thinks, oh, he's after the GTA. It's not GTA. It's get them all. So it's like in a way GHI.
Oh,
Got to have it. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't realize that.
okay. No, that's I just assumed like GTA as and even your logo, it
Yeah.
resembles, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, absolutely. It's supposed to be very eye catching. You look at it and you think, wow, that's a really different logo. It stands out, and it's something very well known. It's like GTA. Who
Yeah.
doesn't know the logo of GTA? And then once you talk to me and ask me what's that about, it's like, oh, I had no idea, but it stuck, didn't it? It completely stuck. Where's he gone?
Very good.
Oh, there you are.
Uh, yeah, I was trying to be smart and do something, but it
I do the
didn't
same
work.
thing all the time. All the time.
Yeah, if something works, just leave it, man.
That's the way. That's the way. But
But
yeah,
yeah, so
so
I
it's
want to.
GTA.
Yeah, GTA, get them all. Got to get them all, right?
That's it. I was gonna go with like a Pokemon theme tune, but oh, pardon me. I thought there's a lot of people that have like Pokemon named snakes. So some people call a yellow snake like Pikachu. Some people call, I don't know, an orange snake like Raichu or something, just for example. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
GTA is kind of like one thing and it sticks. And then obviously you've got the logo that sticks. A
yeah,
universally recognized sort of thing. You got people that don't know Pokemon and stuff, but I've never heard anyone say they don't know what GTA is. So
yeah,
it
for
kind of
sure.
works for me.
And I have to turn to that because that's kind of what drew me attention to you when I found you online.
Thank you.
When I started following you, it was like I was like, "Whoa, GTA! Let me see this."
Yeah,
And
it's
yeah,
very eye catching.
it definitely works. I mean, I would say for a certain age demographic, it definitely works because obviously, I grew up and GTA was the thing, the game, and
Yeah,
yeah, as soon
definitely.
as I saw it, I was like, awesome, let's follow this
Yeah,
account. And then obviously
yeah.
I came for GTA and I stayed for the reptiles because I mean some of the stuff that you've got there working or that you're working with, amazing,
Oh,
amazing.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate that.
Um, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, you kind of already spoke about your brand because like usually my first question is like introduce yourself kind of thing, but let's kind of go back in time a bit and what I want to know, like not far back, like when you were a child, maybe you kept reptiles or you were out in the garden trying to find them, that usual stuff that everybody did. But
Hmm.
ball pythons, like when did you first see a ball python? When did you first own one? And when did you decide I'm gonna become a breeder for these things?
Mm, that's an interesting one. I like that. So my first experience with ball pythons, I was working for the local pet shop, and in that local pet shop, I was in charge of all the reptiles and stuff. I'd always liked reptiles. My first ever reptile was a sandfish or a sand skink. And
Yeah.
to be quite honest with you, they're very boring. I mean, they spend most of the time under the sand. It's interesting watching them dig around in the sand and becoming like like fish under sand essentially.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
compared to like something visually striking like a ball python or a green tree python, they weren't that interesting. But this guy, it was back in like I want to say 2011, 2012. I mean, he had like albino pieds, and I'm guessing back then they were a pretty big deal, considering how far the market's come with just since I've been in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had loads of like straight codons that I'd never heard of, and I'm like, what's a cinnamon? What's a pastel? What's the difference? And the more and more I looked into it, I was like, I really like this sort of stuff. And the first ball python I ever purchased wasn't even for me. I bought a ball python for my sister as a birthday present, and she
Okay.
absolutely loved it. And I said to myself, I'm gonna get myself a few of these. And unfortunately, the guy who owned the pet shop ended up selling the pet shop, and I didn't get to buy myself one because the guy who took over the pet shop got rid of all his ball pythons. I was like, "You do
Damn
you?"
it.
But yeah, he got rid of them, and I then went back to the guy who owned the pet shop, who strictly went online. He owned something called Fauna Tech, which at the time was quite a highly recognized brand in the UK. And the three first ball pythons I bought, and I had no vision with at all. I just liked them. I bought a VPI, Exanthic. I bought
Oh,
a Killer Bee, which is the super pastel spider,
oh
and I
yeah.
bought a Champagne. Before
Okay.
learning anything about the genetics, I was like, oh, I'm going to get these two to breed. I'm going to get the VPI and the killer bee to breed, and I'm going to hit exanthic killer bees, not knowing about recessives, not knowing about how everything
Yeah.
works. And I'm like, oh, looking online thinking, an exanthic killer bee just looks so clean. It looks so smart. Obviously, not knowing how hard it was to hit them at that time, you
Yeah.
needed obviously animals on both sides with the recessive, whether it's het or visual, or whether it's just got the codons to make that animal. But that was what I thought anyway. And about 2 years after I had them, I had a few financial struggles. I was only about 15, 16. I was out of education. I was working full time. I used to work in a groceries, and at the same time, I was going to college. Oh no, I was out of education. I worked in the groceries. Then I went to college. While I was at college, I was working at the grocery still. I worked at an Indian restaurant. I had no
Oh,
time. I had financial struggles, and the snakes had to go, unfortunately. So
yeah.
I had like a 5 year gap where I didn't have anything. So came about 2020, the best time in my life, COVID-19. That's sarcasm.
No.
No, that's sarcasm. Um, but yeah, I was furloughed, and I was
Okay.
basically just getting paid to sit at home. I didn't really
Yeah.
know what to do with all the money I had. So
Yeah.
I was watching YouTube and looking at things I can do with money, and I was like, just do something with your money. And I came across Paul Milner, Urban Constrictors, as we were speaking about before. And I'm just watching this guy, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy does this professionally. And look at what he's got in his hand. Just
Yeah.
look at the stuff he's producing. Look at that room. Look at everything. Absolutely unreal. I was like, I really want to meet this guy. And I got into snakes. I had a few dodgy first pickups. I mean, I picked up a pied, I picked up a clown. It's not that they're dodgy, but there was no
Yeah.
vision behind it. I was just after
Yeah.
making, a pastel double het clown pied, and it's like, yeah, the UK's moved past that. I still paid
Yeah.
a lot of money for them. I mean, I paid like £600 each for them. You can't get that anymore. But
Yeah. Definitely not.
yeah, there was no vision. And the more and more I watched Paul, I was like, I'm learning more and more every single day. Every time I watch his YouTube videos, I'm learning so much. And I actually learned about Morph Market. I'm looking at these snakes. I'm thinking, oh my God, Paul's on Morph Market. I'll just message him. I remember this very, very clearly. I messaged him on a chocolate het clown thinking, I like this snake, but I want to talk to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm talking about this snake. I'm having a conversation with him. I'm like, I hope you don't find me rude, but I would really, really love it and appreciate it if you mentor me. And he was like, I really appreciate that, but if I did that for everyone that asked me, I'd have no time. And I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable. So I was a bit gutted. And
Yeah.
about 2 weeks later, Paul posted a YouTube video saying that he was opening a Patreon. My eyes just blew up. I hadn't even finished watching the video. I run upstairs, I got my card, I signed up before the video had finished, and I was the first person. Well, I say the first person. I was the first
Customer.
non-moderator on that
Oh,
Patreon.
okay.
I'm oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm it's like being in some sort of palace, like virtual palace. I'm on a platform that I can just talk to Paul or talk to Tom Wolfe or talk to William Brummers, who was on there at the time. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I've still got a screenshot of the first video call we all did back in either 2020 or 2021. I can't remember. But it's got the date attached. So I was like, This is crazy. And since being on that Patreon, I've learned so much. I've learned the hard way. I've learned the easy
Yeah,
way. I've met some amazing people. I'll give a good few of them a shout out at the end for you. But yeah, that's basically my story.
nice. Yeah, I
Thanks.
love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. It's such a great thing, you know, when you can actually get a hold of someone. And I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of Patreon itself because to me it feels like but at the end of the day, each to their own. You get what you pay for, right? So
Yeah,
to
a
me, it
hundred
feels
percent.
like you're basically paying, as like you mentioned, you're like paying to talk to someone, right?
Yeah,
To get their knowledge. But at the same time, I understand and I realize that you're paying for a tool to teach you stuff that's invaluable. You know, like I don't
yeah.
know if you want to if you want to do today, like I don't know, an electrician course or something, you
I
have
was
to go
just
and pay
thinking the
for it.
same thing. You've got to
Yeah,
pay
you
for
have
that
to pay
information.
to get taught something, right?
Yeah,
And
100%.
it is the same thing. So I understand both things, but I haven't signed up to any Patreons yet, because in the back of my mind, I know that I eventually I will do it. Um,
Yes.
but even as a more of a, like a support kind of thing, right? You know, you kind
Yeah,
of, you know, if your friend has a Patreon, you subscribe, you support your friend, what he's doing, that kind of stuff.
absolutely.
Um, yeah, but yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a cool story. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
so from how did you go from there to going into his facility? Oh, actually, first of all, are you guys close to each other?
Extremely close. I'm so blessed to
Okay,
call that guy
that
my
helps.
friend.
Yeah, that
Um,
helps.
yeah, the best friend in the hobby for me. I've got him and one other guy that I class as my best friends. I'm really close with both of them, and I'm up at Paul's 4, 5, 6 times a year, whether it's picking snakes up or literally just going and seeing him. I mean, I've sat there and I've eaten dinner with his family. I'd class that guy as a true friend, honestly.
Yeah, that's great, man, and it's one of the things I truly love about this hobby. It
Hmm.
is that you can just from purchasing a snake off someone or even just chatting to someone,
Yeah,
you can just become friends with them, and
yeah,
that goes,
absolutely.
you know, across countries, across continents. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, but yeah, so diving a bit more into like the UK scene, right? So
Hmm.
for a UK breeder or for UK breeders, the walls kind of got tighter, or higher. I would say the walls got higher after Brexit. You know, when it comes to the EU market and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, has this forced? Do you think that it has forced the UK scene to become more elite in the sense of being in the sense of you having to be more selective in what you buy because of the logistical costs of bringing animals from Europe, you know, because obviously it's not worth it for you guys to import certain genes anymore. Um, so
Um, it's
how
very difficult
how
for
do
me
you
to
think that's
say.
going? Yeah,
It's difficult because there's a lot of people in the UK that breed. Like I tell myself there's three different reasons. So some people breed for money. Some people breed because they love breeding these animals and they love having these
yeah,
animals here. And then there's people that do both. And it's very difficult to sort of tell the people that do it both from the people that just do it for because they love it. Some people let an animal go that I don't know. It's like Stranger. When Stranger came into the UK, it was very very expensive. And then you'll have some people that are hitting like 4, 5, 6 animals in a clutch that have Stranger, and all of a sudden that animal goes down to like 400, £500. It's like I don't understand how that's gone down so quick, and it's nothing to do with supply and demand. It's because you've hit six of those animals and you want a quick sale. It's easy to
Yeah.
see, but hard to understand. And then you got people that hold their prices because they know what the animal's worth. I mean, there's a guy I know
Yeah.
he's had a leopard desert ghost clown on Morph Market, what feels like months. He's had it solid at 2,000. He's not dropped his price once. Why? Because he knows what that
Yeah.
animal's worth. And it's like,
Yep.
I respect that. I really, really like that. And don't get me wrong, I will drop some prices sometimes if I need an animal gone for space, or if the animal is,
Yep.
say, not shifting at the price I've got it sold at. But I won't give animals away. I mean, I put a lot of
Yeah.
time, effort, money into this. And don't get me wrong, having a hobby that you make money on is amazing. But even if this hobby made no money and I was constantly feeding money into this hobby, I'd still be in it. I do it for the love of the animals. I absolutely love these
Yep.
animals.
I was actually talking to someone, I think it was last week or maybe the week before.
Mhm.
It might have been Edward, actually. Oh, Pythons. I know he was in the chat earlier. And I was saying, like, when you decide to breed animals, right? You
Yeah.
need, like, for me, I'm shooting for 10 clutches this year, right? I'm shooting for
Yeah.
10 clutches. But I need to make sure that either I can move those animals, but I also need to be conscious that, okay, what happens if I have 60 animals at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say six per clutch. So if I end up with 60 animals and I can't move them, am I prepared to keep those animals until they die, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I think when you go into this, you have to keep that in mind as well, because otherwise you're
Absolutely.
going to do exactly what you just said. I need to move this animal. Okay, I'm selling it at 2,000. It's not going. Boom, 1,500. It's not selling.
Yeah.
Boom, 1,000. Boom, 500. Boom, 250. I just need to get rid of this animal, and then you're
Absolutely.
just destroying it for
Devaluing the
everybody
genes that
else.
other people are working with. Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly, and then I would say, and if I see that, I think to my, what is this guy doing? He's not
Yeah.
even valuing his own work. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
then,
Absolutely.
like, the next animal he produces, and he sells, and he's trying to sell it for, I don't know, 2K. I'm gonna look at it and be like, I'm definitely not 2K, because I know he's gonna drop it down to 200 in 3 months'
Absolutely.
time if nobody gets it. Do you know what I mean? So you're just
Absolutely.
devaluing yourself as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, you see a lot of that in the UK, and I'm not a big fan of it. If you have an animal that's
yeah,
worth a certain amount, you post it at that certain amount. Your quality will speak for itself. If someone wants
yeah,
that animal and that's what it's worth, they'll pay for it. At the end of the
yeah,
day, an animal's worth comes down to what someone will pay for it. If I think, for example, I've got a Cypress chocolate clown here. I've not even tested it for hypo. I posted that up at £1,000 on Morph Market, and no one was interested. Absolutely no one was interested. And I was like, no, that animal to me is worth that money. I'm not lowering it. If someone wants it, they'll pay for it. If someone doesn't want it, okay, I'll keep it.
yep. And that
But
just goes back to saying, yeah, you have to be prepared to keep those animals if you can't sell them.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I've got a couple of animals
Um.
there that have absolutely no genetic power at all. Like no hets attached. They've got a couple of basic codons, and I know I would struggle to sell them. So I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to keep them.
Yeah.
I
Last
invested in
week I
those
was
animals.
talking.
I became
Yeah.
responsible for those animals, and that's my responsibility now.
Yep. Exactly. Um,
Hmm.
Last week I was talking to Matt from High Coast Reptiles
Hmm.
in Sweden, and yeah, we were kind of talking about this, and I was saying, like, I still have all the animals that I started with. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Those first purchases that were, you know, it's kind of harsh, but they're useless to me now, and they're
Yeah.
just taking up space. But
But at the
because, like,
time,
I gave myself the responsibility to look after those animals, I don't want to just, like, get rid of them. Do you know what I mean? I'll put them
yeah.
up for sale if someone's starting and wants to buy it, but then if not, I'm also prepared to, keep those animals until they
Yeah.
move on. Do you
100%.
know what I
I've got
mean?
three animals here that I'm in the same boat with. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna try and sell them. If someone says, "Are you after selling this?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I can sell it, but I'm not gonna go and try and sell it. I've tried before, it didn't work, so they're my responsibility. I'll be keeping them."
yeah, yeah. So that kind of brings, ties into what we're talking about. So we've all seen those genes that come up at, I don't know, four figures, five figures, and then all of a sudden, they just crash within a year. The price just dies within a year or two. So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, like how do I put this in the words? How do you distinguish between what is a hype gene that's gonna tank in, like, 18 months, 2 years time? How do you distinguish between those and an actual investment gene that's gonna be around and worth something for 10 years?
Um, it's very difficult because I think in an investment aspect, I look at it a lot. I think to myself, I'd love to go and buy a Cosmos. And obviously, Cosmos I can pick up from the States really, really easy. However, if I buy Cosmos and I put it through 4 or 5 females in my collection, I'm going to supply the UK with Cosmos. But who's going to have the money that I paid for the Cosmos to buy the Cosmos?
Mm,
And even more, why would they go to me when you can get far superior animals from the States? To me, it's only really worth investing in genes from, say, for a lack of a better word, abroad, if you feel like you've got a market for it. And it's very difficult because if you buy, say a Cosmos is £10,000, and I can pick a Cosmos up for £10,000, I won't get £10,000 for a Cosmos in the UK because there's not that many people that are financially prepared to go and drop £10,000 on a snake, or they would have already done it. They're not going to buy it just because it's come from me. It's
yeah,
a very difficult one. And then I also look at it like, if the states are selling it, they're not going to buy it from me because they've already got it, and they can already pick it up from the states much easier. They don't have to pay shipping fees. They don't have to pay all that they do have to pay to take it abroad. They don't have to pay everything that comes with it. They just have to pay for the animals to be shipped from one part of the states to another. It's much
yeah.
cheaper that way for them. But hype animals, it's difficult. You see a lot of people saying this is going to be a massive gene. I tend to sit back, wrongly or rightly, based off my own opinion. So a lot of
Yeah,
people said Bongo is going to be crazy. Bongo is going to be mental. And I couldn't really see it. And if I'm honest, I still don't think it's amazing. However, I've picked an animal up because the animal came around at the right price for me. For someone who wasn't immensely wowed by this animal, the price was like, okay, well, I'm not wowed by this animal. However, it's an affordable price for me to work with it and see if I do like it. I need to experience it for myself. I wasn't going to pay the price that I've seen them listed at because to me, just me personally, not everyone else, I don't see them as worth that. However, when it
yeah,
comes around at a sort of price where it's like, well, you know what, it might be worth giving it a go. I'll give it a go and see if the hype's real. If the hype's real, happy days. If it's not, I've wasted a little bit of money that I'll recoup
yeah. It was
probably
one.
from a clutch a
Yeah,
bit,
it was
and
one
then
animal.
someone will pay for it down the line. But I watch hypes very closely. It's like, what's a gene that's all the hype at the minute in the UK? I've got a friend that's got Jaguar, and he's the
Okay.
only person in the UK that I know that has Jaguar. And don't get me wrong, I like it, but knowing what he paid for it, I'm not prepared to pay that. I will wait and see what he does with it and see if I like it. Then I'll make
Yeah,
my mind up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's one of
yeah. I've
those.
seen a
I
lot of
don't want to
Jaguars
put.
about it. I haven't made up my mind yet on them.
I've not
Yeah,
seen enough with it. That's the problem. If there was
exactly.
loads of different things for me to go off, then yeah. But there's not enough for me to go off yet. So I'm still 50-50 about it. But it's not enough for
Yeah,
me to jump on.
just sitting back.
100%.
What I was gonna say also, I wanted to ask you straight up question. What is the most expensive lesson you've learned since you started GTA Balls?
It's kind of bittersweet. Like, I initially paid £600 each for 2 desert ghosts, and I thought, oh my god, these snakes are beautiful. And it was not just straight desert ghost; it was a lesser desert ghost, and it was a cinnamon desert ghost.
Okay.
And if I'd have saved a bit more money, I could have bought a desert ghost with a more desirable code on. So,
Yeah.
not realizing how lesser reacts with certain combos, like in clown, it's extremely overpowering. I still love the gene. I still love lesser. I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. But it's very, very overpowering in clown, and you struggle to sell it. In pied, it makes a very, very high white pied snake, which is not something I'm interested in. But I saw the desert ghost and thought, I want it. I love how
Yeah.
clean that looks. But for a selling standpoint, it was a very expensive lesson because I sold those animals for less than I paid for them. Partly due to how old they were, and partly due to them having undesirable codons. Whether I like them or not is irrelevant. But that
Yeah.
was what the lesson was. You need to be very selective of what you buy in a selling aspect, because some animals you're going to produce that you want to sell, some animals you're going to produce that you want to keep. And unfortunately, I made clutches with those animals that at the time I struggled to sell, and I didn't want to keep any because I
Yeah.
realized that I don't want cinnamon in my projects and I don't want lesser in my projects, purely and simply because they're quite overpowering genes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's understandable.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is a bit of a lesson. I guess the lesson there is patience, right?
Don't just jump the gun because you see something you like.
Yeah. And I did, obviously, when I came in, I was making all sorts of those mistakes. I think we all do, unless you really
Absolutely.
come in with someone holding your hand like 24/7, you are going to make those mistakes.
Absolutely.
Um, I, I mean, I bought animals that people told me not to buy because I thought I knew better, right?
Yeah,
This
I've
is
done the
this is
same.
how bad it was. I was like, so-called mentors for me were telling me, yeah, don't buy that. It's not worth it. And I would
Yeah.
like, okay, thanks for your advice. And then I'd be thinking about it, and be like, no, I'm just gonna buy it.
Nah, I know better. I'm just gonna get it.
And
Yeah,
now,
I've still got a
obviously,
pastel het clown here from like 2020. She's never seen a male. She's never been bred. She's never nothing. She's just sat there in the racks getting fed. And like, I thought I knew better. Like, well, no, it's that clown. It's got to be worth something. Even if I got passed on the
yeah,
base, it's got to be worth something.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
exactly.
learned. I
I
learned
have one of
very,
those.
very quickly. Had to make those mistakes though. You only learn from mistakes. You don't. When you're doing things right, you don't learn anything. You only learn from mistakes, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Um, so how do you see the future then of this market? For the next year or two, do you feel like, is it going up? Is it going down? Is it sideways? What's your take on that?
For me personally, I'm working with much better genes now than I did when I started. I'm working with genes that people are going to want. I'm working with genes that I don't think I'll have a problem with selling. But more than anything, I'm probably going to keep a hell of a lot of this stuff back because there's numerous visuals involved, numerous recessives, I should say. There's hats, there's desirable co-dominant genes, and it's like I'm not too fussed about the selling. Like, if you look at my morph market now, I've got nothing for sale. I'm not massive on selling. I've had like 6, 7 animals for sale at some points, but like that's when I'm busy on clutches. I mean, I'm probably going to have 6 or 7 clutches this year. I mean, considering I've got 54 snakes, 6 clutches isn't really that
Yeah,
much. I mean, that does include like hatchlings and subadults, but I must have at least 15, 16 females that are ready to breed, and I'm just not breeding them.
yeah. I had a page here opened with one specific animal I wanted to talk about, but I've lost it now. And it was like an ODYB Cypress something clown head hypo, I think.
On one of my posts,
Yeah, one of your
yeah,
Instagram posts.
that's not my animal. That's just shouting out Paul. That's one of Paul's animals. That's
Oh,
an
was it one of those?
insane.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
did notice you had some posts, shouting out Paul's animals. But yeah,
yeah.
I looked at that one. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, it's an insane
Yeah,
animal, man. I mean, every time I go there, I look in its tub and I'm just blown away. And that's not even his best animal anymore. At the time, that was one of his top tier animals. But honestly, like you go up to Paul's, you look in some of the tubs and you think, what the hell is that? I mean, especially some of the Krypton stuff. Some of his Krypton stuff just blows you out of the water. It's bright red. I mean, he's got special in it, which is known for making very red snakes in clown. It's like, wow. I didn't know you could get those colors in snakes. I mean, you see Justin's videos and you think, yeah, on a video,
this
that's
is it.
crazy. That's it. That's at Paul's. That's the before and
I
after
love,
of that is
yeah,
just insane.
yeah, I love that thing so much because I mean I love Cyprus, so
Yeah, me
yeah,
too. I do love cypresses. It's definitely got its place.
yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see what I hatch this year because I
Mm,
um have a Cypress Ultramel that I'm pairing to a Fire Black Pastel Clown Head Ultramel.
nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see that because some of the Fire Cypress I've seen are insane.
Yeah,
If it's Ultramel, it's gonna be amazing, and then it's gonna be a head clown. So yeah, for next year.
yeah. It's building blocks.
Anyway,
Definitely. It's nice
I'm
building
dreaming.
blocks to
I'm
start.
already dreaming.
Yeah.
My mind drifts when I start thinking about these things. But anyway, let me do a quick pause on this. I'm
No
just
problem.
gonna shout out my sponsor,
No problem.
guys. You already know who it is. If you don't know, you should know. Pro Herper. You know, Pro Herper. Yeah, he's introducing now these fast track genetics for the next ham show, where you order your tests online at proherper.com and drop your samples off at the ham show on a Saturday, and you'll get your results by Sunday evening. So I mentioned this last week, and I thought it was great. This is like next day delivery, for your shed tests, guys. Next day delivery. This is insane.
That's really good.
So yeah, check it out. Yeah, he's got a bunch of tests, guys. There's like 50 or more. Yeah, he's got those core snake tests as well for sex determination, microscale and scaleless morphs. Yeah, he's reduced his pricing now as well. So between 1 and 9 animals, it costs you 35 euros, and yeah, then it goes down from there. And additional tests on the same animal is only an extra 20 euro. So yeah, order your tests at proherper.com, a company trusted by more than 1,000 breeders all over the world. Any shed that arrives normally by Wednesday will get results by Friday that same week. Yeah, so here, Pappy's Premium Pod is supported by Pro Herper. We appreciate them backing the pod, guys. So yeah, check it out, proherper.com. Anyway, back to it. So I've already seen like you're breeding your own rodents and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think you told me you were working today, so you're not doing this full time, right? You have a job outside of this.
I have a full-time job outside of this. Full-time
Yeah.
father, full-time husband. No, not husband, but partner. Not yet.
Yeah.
I will be a husband one day, but not yet. This Nate's gonna decide when that is. But yeah,
I can picture her looking at the clock. The clock's ticking.
no, yeah, I'm reminded quite often.
Hi, listen. I've been with the same partner for uh, geez, 18 years or something. We've been engaged for like 10 or
Mm.
more. I hope she doesn't hear me. And and yeah, I still haven't got married. And every now and then I hear or I get the nod at the table. Oh look, my friends get married. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
you don't say.
I
But
get that.
anyway, yeah, and I know the feeling definitely. So give me let's think back to your snake room. Give me one horror story, like a snake
Horror
room
story.
horror story.
Oh, um, one thing comes to mind
Experience?
straight away. Um, Back in like 20 or 21, I remember feeding one of my big girls. I think it was a medium frozen thawed rat. And she struck the rat, she took the rat, she looked like she was eating it, and I thought nothing of it. And I went away for a couple of days on a little weekend getaway with my missus. And then when I got back, I walked into the snake room and I was hit with this hot, smelly air. I'm like, what
Ah,
the hell is that? And I'm looking through all these tubs and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? Is something passed away or something? I don't know. And she was the last tub that I checked. And I'm looking
of
in the tub, I'm
course.
like, I opened the tub and the smell hit me. I'm like, oh my God, it's in here. And I'm looking at this snake and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? You're still alive. How can you smell this bad? And I'm looking, I can't see anything. She's on the hot spot, I can't see anything. I lift her up and there's this ballooned, popped out rat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I
Oh,
took the snake straight out of the tub. I put her in some water. I'm like, that's fucking awful. I went downstairs. I got something. I plugged it in my nose. It wasn't even nose plugs. Plugged it in my nose. I went back upstairs. I've taken the tub out. I've taken it downstairs. Emptied it straight in the bin. I'm like, oh, this tub stinks, man. And I'm cleaning it. I can still smell it after I've cleaned it. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
of
I
course
need a
it
new tub.
stays.
I need a new tub. I ordered a
Oh,
tub. And I just remember that smell is like one of the worst things I've ever smelled in my life. It was awful.
that smell is the worst. Yeah, something similar happened to me, but I didn't go away for the weekend. Thankfully, I did catch it the next day. I used to feed on a Friday night, so I think I caught it on like Saturday evening or something. And
Mm,
yeah, it had because the problem was it was at the warm side of the tub,
yeah,
um, and because the snakes all move around the substrate, whatever.
yeah,
So it was literally on the heat, so it had
yeah,
started to like stick to the.
yeah,
Oh man, it was awful.
yeah,
Yeah, I could swear I could smell it for weeks after, just in
yeah.
the air. But
Yeah, it takes a lot to get it out. It like sticks to wallpaper and stuff. The smell, it was awful. It's so bad.
oh man, yeah. But hey, let's go the opposite way then, and yeah, share a story of like your one of your best moments or your best moment in the snake room.
Um, in all honesty, it might seem like something very small to some people, but with Paul Milner being such a big influence on me, the day he turned around and said, "How do you feel about being in one of my YouTube videos?" Which some people may have seen, is one of his egg cuttings, and I was like, I was lost for words. I was like, "Are you being serious or are you joking with me?" He's like, "No, no, we'll do an egg cutting. Next time you come down, I've got some eggs due to be cut on this day. Come down this day, we'll cut the eggs." And I was like, "Oh my God, I mustn't have slept properly for like 2 or 3 days thinking, I can't believe he's asked me that." And
Yeah,
it got to the day, and at the time I wasn't driving. I got the train up to his. He picked me up. We went around, and obviously at the time Paul had a very fancy sports car. It was a really nice sports car. Now had an Audi R8. I got picked up from the train station. I felt like an absolute celebrity. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. It's like, pinch me, pinch me. I was like, what the hell? Went to his, he set his camera up. I'm like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. And he's obviously shaky. He's a bit nervous. He's like, I'm not, I don't tend to get people on videos. And on the videos, you can see he didn't cut it out. It was like, oof, jumping
yeah,
around,
yeah. He
shaking.
started
It's like,
again. Yeah, I watched it. I
yeah.
watched it today again. I had seen it at the time. I really didn't know back then when I saw it. I didn't know that much about you or anything, but I
Hmm.
rewatched it again today because I went looking for it. And yeah, he didn't cut it out or anything. He
Oh
said a
no, he
couple
kept
words
it.
like from the intro, and then just okay, hold on, and he went again, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's class. That's awesome, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like that about him. He's very good like that. But yeah, like I went home and I thought, I can't believe I've just filmed my first. Well, not my film, my first YouTube video. I've been part of such a highly respected and followed person within this hobby. I'm on their social media. It's like, wow. And when I
Yeah.
saw the video, I was like a kid. I was so excited.
That's awesome. And I'm actually gonna put you on the spot and hold you accountable because I heard you say you were gonna start your own YouTube video. Your own YouTube channel, sorry. That was
I
two
did say
years
that.
ago, man.
I know I did say that, and you know what? I would love nothing more than to start my own YouTube. But the collection that I have, I feel like it would be. I would run out of ideas and animals to show very fast. I mean, Paul's got over
Yep.
300 animals. He could film every single
One a
day of the
day.
week. He could do easily every day of the week, and he could have a
Yeah,
different animal every day. But
yeah.
for
I know
me,
the
it'd be a
feeling.
couple of weeks. I'd do a few videos here and there, and after a few months, I'd run out of things. But no, his videos are so well structured. There's a big sort of big target to sort of reach when you
Hmm.
know someone who's doing it like that. And
Yeah,
I'm not ready.
exactly.
I would love to do it, but I'm not ready for it.
It's not easy. I tried it initially. I'm more, to be honest, it was more what I tried to do was not so much for like breeders and stuff. I tried to, gear towards the pet keepers, right?
Mhm.
Especially here in my country in Portugal, there's not a lot of people like who even like snakes, let alone
Yeah.
want to have them. So I tried to like start a YouTube channel that would sort of show people what these animals are like and how you could keep them. And it's like you said, you quickly run out of ideas. And then I was like promising people I'll do another one next week, and then I wouldn't do one for like a month. And then
Yeah.
I just gave up. I wasn't cut out for it.
Hmm.
I think I'm more cut out for this.
Yeah. This suits you.
It's much easier to bring someone on and just
Yeah.
have a chat. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, but yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely YouTube channel stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of people think, oh yeah, you just turn on your camera and you record it. It's not that simple, man. I challenge
No.
anyone out there to do it because you
Absolutely.
actually do it because I want more channels to look at.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
watch all the ball python videos. I want more channels to look at.
Definitely.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get more kind of into your racks, into your animals and what you have. So what um what is a gene that was a must have for you 5 years ago that you wouldn't touch today with a 10-foot pole?
5 years ago.
I suppose
Um.
you were only coming into this 5, 6 years ago as well, right?
Yeah. So 5 years ago,
Everything was a must have.
everything was a must-have. Yeah. But I had big plans for my Harvey, and obviously, if you look through my social media, I've made GHI Mojaves, which was a big target for me back in the day, and now it's like doesn't really do that much for me anymore. It's still a stunning snake to look at. I mean, I've got pictures of GHI Mojaves up in my snake room, so I still love the
Yeah.
snake, but in a way of genetic power, not so much. I feel like it takes away a lot in clown. It doesn't really work so well in pied. I don't really see it doing that much in monsoon to change anything. That's just my opinion. Other people might disagree, and that's absolutely fine. But a lot of the Bell complex, sort of, I won't go near it if I can avoid it.
Can you see the comments? I
I was
wasn't too
just
sure.
reading them.
Yeah,
Joe
this is
Exotic.
Jared. Jared saying
Oh,
that he
yeah,
needs to
yeah.
get GTA on his genetic canvas. Shout out, Jared, watching
Big
from
shout out,
all the
man.
way across the globe. I mentioned this to George about your episode, about the time he was on the genetic canvas, and it's no longer on YouTube. So I did try to find it. I remember watching it at the time, and I did try to find it. Yeah, he's saying that the episode got deleted.
Mm.
That's a shame. What do I focus on? I focus on ultramel, clown, and hypo. So I have ultramale clowns, ultramale hypos, ultramale hypo clowns. That's my jam for now.
Nice
I
animals.
want to get into so much stuff, but yeah, space is a big issue for me right now. I wanna, yeah, I want to. You know, I've seen. Have you seen those houses that people are building out of like, you know, those metal ship containers?
I
People are
had
building
had
houses out of those things.
when I
Yeah,
was
and
looking for a house, I was looking to get one. Well, some of them, the company I was looking at, they're about £22,000 fully like kitted out. But it
yeah,
was a hell of a lot of money to drop on just the snake room. Obviously, when I bought this house, the garage came with it, and I've converted the garage for a lot less.
yeah. So yeah, Jared said that the channel he used to do the show on got canceled. Yeah,
Mm.
I knew something was up, but not a lot of people talking about it. Anyway, yeah, definitely. So I wanted to get one of those containers and just put it out the back that I could turn
Yeah,
into a room, and then maybe get like a shed beside it for the rodents.
yeah.
But then as soon as I mentioned it to the missus, she just gave me the side eye and be like, "You're not taking away my kids' playground." So I'm like, yeah. Well, maybe I have to wait a couple of years for the kids to stop using the backyards, and yeah, we'll see.
It'll
We'll
come
see.
eventually.
Yeah, we'll need to, or either that, I'll just need to redo this room completely. Like, but anyway, um, Mojave, right? So Mojave is something you wouldn't touch anymore.
Yeah, if I can avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's used the right way, it still has a place. Because I mean,
Absolutely, definitely
if
still
you
has its
say
place.
that, then every gene has its place, right? Because like people
Hmm.
hate on pastel and stuff like that, and I've seen like some pastel hypo and pastel DG hypo combos. They're just insane, right? And
Ridiculous.
DG
Yeah.
Atlantic without pastel is not the same.
No.
So yeah, I would say every gene has its place. Evening. Yeah, look, Andy from Southern Server, he's saying Mojave Puzzle he likes a lot.
I feel like
But
I've seen
yeah,
it. I just can't remember it. But yeah, it might work in certain projects. Absolutely.
yeah, but yeah, like I said, it could be that with every single gene.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
what what is the most what is the most underrated combo in your racks right now?
Underrated.
Yeah, something people are more. I think
It's
more in the
it's
sense that people are sleeping on it. That you find that people are sleeping on it, and it's gonna
it's
be
very,
awesome.
very, very basic, and people are gonna think, oh, it's your favorite gene, so it's gonna be. But GHI in Desert Ghost is absolutely ridiculous in my eyes.
Yep.
Well, my favorite gene is GHI, so
Okay.
layering a clean out gene, a cleaner gene on top of that just makes a world of difference. Like I look at a GHI, I think that's a ridiculously beautiful animal. I look at a GHI Desert Ghost and I think you've just taken that ridiculously beautiful animal and put a load of makeup on it. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
The contrast,
Yeah. So
cleanliness, just everything about that animal I absolutely love.
I guess that rules out that next question. Then we've already got your favorite gene, your favorite codome.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about recessives then? What's your favorite recessives? Is it going to be DG?
I think it's got to be clown just because you can do so much with it. It's such a versatile gene.
Yeah,
I used to
I
really
would
love
say so.
Tide, but
Looking at your Instagram page, that's definitely yeah,
yeah, I love the clowns. It's like I look at clowns like a car. You can change the car. It's still a car. You can just change
yeah,
the car. You add Desert Ghost on, like I've learned from Paul. This is his saying. The clown is the car. The Desert Ghost is the polish. So you can just do so much of it. You can add hypo. You can add Desert Ghost, monsoon clowns like Justin's done, ultramale clowns, monarch clowns, everything, and they're all just ridiculous. You can just make them better in so many ways. It's like having a Mini Cooper and upgrade into like a Jaguar or a Ferrari
yeah,
when you get to the big sort of triple recessives. It's crazy.
yeah. No, that's definitely good. And clown itself, I think it's so imprinted
Yeah,
into this hobby that, I mean, yeah, it might not be everyone's favorite or the best one, but I would say it's definitely the most influential.
I would say so. Yeah, and I understand why people like other recessives. I completely understand it. That clown's not for everyone. I've got so many people that are into Pied and Monsoon, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not a fan of clowns." It's like each to their own. Absolutely, each to their own.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, what what's the most exciting project that you're working on right now?
Mm.
More exciting for you, obviously. What are you most excited about?
Well, I've got a snake in the racks. If you'd like, I can show it you. I'm not sure what it is, but I know the pairing. So I'm
Yeah,
still trying to work it
sure.
out. I'm still trying to work it out. I'll show you on the nice display board I've got behind me. But
Guys,
this
this is
snake,
an exclusive.
this is
This is an
absolute.
exclusive. Usually, to see snakes, you have to go on the genetic canvas. We're more, but
This snake. Every time I get it out of its tub, it just blows me away, man. It's not as fired up as it normally is, but it's still, in my eyes, spectacular.
but your connections. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. And that's only a head, right? That's the head clown.
Yeah, that's a het clown. It's not even a visual, and I think the colours on it just absolutely blow me away. The pattern up the sides, and its clutch mate is so different yet so similar. But on the
I
last
saw that on there.
couple of posts I've made on it, it's like when it fires up, it's just got such a unique contrast and colour. It looks blue, like in the dorsal.
Yeah, it's amazing. So what is
Thank you, man.
that?
I'm still yet to sort of find out. I'm waiting on the
What's
shed
your
test
best
of
guess?
strangers to come out. My best guess would be GHI, Stranger, Mahogany, Yellow Belly, possible fire. I'm not 100% certain on a fire. A lot of
Yeah,
people have turned around and said that looks hypo. And when it's coloured up, I get why they think that. But there's only pos hets
um,
on both sides of the pairing, so I can't confirm until I completely shed test that animal. But I'm just so excited for that colour to be sort of passed on into a visual and, see what sort of visuals I can make with such a power packed animal.
yeah, very good. No, that's
Thank you.
definitely amazing.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
It was very, very unexpected. I was very happy
I,
when I started getting the egg.
that GHI and stranger interactions insane.
Insane. It, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
definitely.
it wouldn't be the same animal without the GHI, in my opinion. Like, obviously
No, definitely
it wouldn't be the
not.
same animal, but it wouldn't look half as good without the GHI.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I've seen some GHI stranger combos out there, and yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, yeah, that was awesome, man. Yeah, I'm trying to be conscious of time here. We've already reached the 1 hour mark. I try to keep it short, obviously for the
Yeah,
people
no,
watching at home, for you as well. Um, yeah, last quarter. Yeah, I don't know if something comes up, we'll see. But what is your best snake room pro tip?
um, best snake room pro tip. I would probably say if you've got a garage like me, you need to make sure it's well insulated, and you also need to make sure it's well ventilated. The airflow in the room, I feel like, makes a massive difference. Um, just keep it nice and warm and ventilated. Allow the snakes to have fresh air. You know, make sure your
Yeah,
snakes are always hydrated. Make sure it's not just the water bowls. You're also hydrating the back of the tub. that sort of thing. I found those sort of things make a big difference when it comes to breeding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. This year, I'm actually trying something different in my room. So this year in the I have a heater in the room that heats like one of those like old oil heaters. It heats the whole room, but this
Yeah.
year I've decided not to use it. Yeah, I'm letting the room go. Well, I did use it a couple of nights that was colder, but I'm letting the room go down to like 16 degrees, right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing that by keeping the windows open during the day for the majority of the day and just sort of closing them when the sun sets.
Hmm.
Uh, and to be honest, I can't really tell you yet what sort of a difference I see. I was a bit worried about the temperature being so low, but and that's why I had the heater in the room anyway. But it
Yeah.
turns out these snakes, I still find some of them coming to the front of their tubs and just chilling at the front of the tub. And the room is like, 17, 18 degrees, and they're at the front of the tub.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with these animals? I thought you liked the heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, after this breeding season, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, here's another comment from Jared. It will be cool to see if it comes back hypo or not. Wild colored, not hypo. Will be awesome on the other side if both possible heads proved. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I can't
yeah,
wait
that
to
would
see.
be cool. That would be cool. I think. What's your what? Well, you've already shown. I think, but that's your favorite animal right now, right?
That's my favorite right now. I've got a lot of
Yeah.
genes that I'm excited about. Like not very different genes, but a lot of animals that I'm excited to use in the next few years. I mean,
What's your favorite pairing for the year then? What's the thing you're most excited about?
at the moment, I'm most excited. There's two pairings I'm really excited about, and I can't decide which one I'm more excited about. I've got the Wookiee Red Stripe Yellow Belly Clown Het Hypo to a GHI Chocolate Het Clown 66% Het Hypo. She's not proved out yet, but it doesn't mean she won't. And I have the Enchi Yellow Belly Spot Nose Lace Het Clown to the DG Clown Pos Het VPI and G Stripe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm really excited.
Very good. Very good.
Thank
Well, like I said, I want to be conscious of time. So yeah, I think this has been it's been a great episode. Great to hear from you. Um, Nomination time, right? So, oh, actually, before we get to the nomination, I know you wanted to. Well, actually, no. Let's do the nomination. We'll let you
you.
nominate the next person to come on, and then we'll do your shout outs because I know you
No,
wanted to shout some people out.
yeah. I would like to nominate Dale at Royal BP because his collection, not to compare to mine, but his collection is absolutely outstanding. I mean, the cleanliness of his animals, the quality, the ridiculous genes he's got involved, the ridiculous animals he's made. I think he'd be a great addition to your podcast. And plus, he's another UK member. But yeah, he's showing what the sort of standard in the UK is, like how high the standard can be. So I think he'd be a great person to have on your podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I just want to check because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have messaged him before.
Oh, I'll get on the phone to him.
Um,
I'll tell him to get back to you.
uh, yeah, we'll see if we can make it happen. But
Yeah.
I've definitely made him aware of my interests of bringing him on. So yeah, I'm obviously I follow him as well, and some of the animals that he's coming out with, straight fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, go ahead. I'll let you take the stage now.
Oof, I've got a good few here. So start off with, I'd like to give a big shout out to Big Mike at Ramory's Royals over in the States. Hell of
Big
a
Mike.
nice guy. Big Mike. He'd be a good guy for your podcast as well. He loves talking snakes.
But he's in the States.
Yeah,
States.
he's in the States, but you might do a USA special just for him. But
I've thought about that actually. I have thought about it,
it's a good
but
idea. I mean, he does a lot of YouTube as well, so he'd be a great
yeah,
addition. But
definitely.
in the UK, shout out to Ben McCloskey at McCloskey's Morphs. You got Chris Barber at Smashing Reptiles. You got Darren Stairs. Obviously, a big shout out to my best friend Paul Milner, Urban Constrictors. It goes without saying. Ah, there's so many people I'd love to shout out, but there's just a few of them.
Yeah,
JMR Royals. That's one I wanted to add on. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy.
nice, nice. Yeah, I love to hear it, man. I don't think I recognize some of the names that you mentioned there, but
Yeah.
I'll definitely be rewatching this. And yeah, I hope. Last week I had a hiccup because normally what I do is I download the episode and then I'll do some clips and stuff from key points. But last year something went wrong and it didn't allow the download didn't work. And when I tried to
Hmm.
go back for it, it wouldn't let me download it anymore. So that's why I was a bit quiet last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll try to get it this week, and I'll clip this and add it to the stories and try to tag all the people so anyone else watching can go follow them as well.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yes, it's the only way to move forward, right?
Absolutely.
And it's the point of this community. But
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
anyway, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
No problem.
You can go your way, or you can hang out backstage if you want for a bit. I'm gonna say goodbye to these lovely people, and
No.
then yeah, we'll see, guys. Once again, big thank you to George GTA Balls. Oh, he left. He didn't wait for the applause. He was supposed to wait for the applause. Anyway, um, yeah, that's a wrap, guys. Huge thank you to George from GTA Balls for coming on and sharing so much valuable information with us tonight. So, yeah, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Share this with another fellow keeper or breeder. We're building this community within Europe together, and every bit of support helps us keep this passion alive. You can find more of my work at Pappy's Premium Pythons on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, the whole shebangs, Morph Market. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Until the next time, stay focused on the passion and keep those projects moving. Pappy